Welcome to another episode of Musician Talks with DameSmiff. And so, as you can see, today's topic is about using AI to improve your YouTube channel. And I'm going to use AI in real time with you guys on this live stream to improve my YouTube channel because it's something I'm working on. And I figured, why not show you in real time what I'm doing, right? I was going to just do the process off stream and then just kind of let you guys just experience the changes. But I think actually showing you my thought process through the whole thing could be beneficial, especially coming from the perspective of a musician, using some of the things I've learned from my different mentors and learning from a lot of the successful YouTube channels I see on here that I follow. So if you're interested in conversations like this, especially as a musician, make sure you hit the like button. And the reason you want to do that is so that this will improve the visibility for other musicians and other artists or YouTubers that want to get this information. And then also you want to hit the subscribe button. And the cool thing about that is you'll be able to see my newest videos. And if you're, a veteran to YouTube, you know how this works. So let's get right into it. So before we actually get into tapping into the usage of AI, I want to kind of explain a little bit of my relationship with AI as it is today, and maybe it'll show you a bit of my understanding, and then you can kind of see what I learned or kind of watch the gears turn in my head, right? So originally with AI, I would say my true experience, true authentic experience with AI may have been through video games. Or maybe through the airport or something like that. Some way where I didn't really realize I was using it, okay? And so I wasn't really fully aware of its functionality until it became pretty much mainstream at that point, right? But for about since about 2013, I've known about Bitcoin and making like a whole bunch of NFTs and crypto and things like that. I've heard of it. I knew of its existence, but I didn't deep dive into becoming an expert in it because I just didn't understand it, right? And so after a long time of like not using most technology when it comes to creating my art, like I would go to like the basics, like using a digital audio workstation, using your cell phone, microphones, musical instruments, simple stuff, right? It started to kind of become cumbersome because I was essentially a one man band for what this channel represents, right? So when it comes to creating my own music, my personal brand, it became cumbersome to have to deal with all of those things as well as the business side of being a musician. So come the realization that I needed a little bit more education, maybe improved skill sets and things like that. So this is where school will play a huge role for most artists and things like that. But when you've exhausted your resources as far as being able to afford like, a college tuition or maybe the world's best piano teacher or something like that, right? Then you have the next best thing, which is the library or the internet or whatever resource you have that's close to that. And so for me, it was a mixture of both the library, a mixture of the internet, and a lot of different things. So what then started to happen is that the work that was needed for me as an artist changed shape. So it wasn't really about hitting the right note. It was more about whether or not these notes were packaged properly and whether people cared to listen. And so for a long time in that chapter, it was really about managing sales and understanding like, okay, what do people want, how to give it to them, and how to be consistent in that, right? And so I would say right now in my chapter in my career is figuring out and maintaining and nurturing systems that would develop consistency. So I have all these ideas, all these platforms, and all these cool creations and things like that. But none of that will matter if I can't develop systems in order to create what would be considered a sale or, an experience for you as a listener. So now that I'm at that point, a part of that is that I have to maintain the human aspect of an artist, meaning I got to maintain my creativity, but also work at a competitive, productive rate. Okay. And part of that is this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel allows me to pump out a lot of content, a lot of different product and music, but the issue that most YouTubers run into is consistency, burnout, and being unique and creative. So I found a few different things that have worked based on looking at the stats, and I found a few things that didn't work based on looking at the stats. Now it's a matter of picking something that is consistent and something that's manageable, because a lot of not musicians, but a lot of content creators will try to go for the volume approach. Do as many videos, as many shorts, go live stream for as many hours as you can, and just go, right? But the issue is that when something isn't organized, it just looks like a mess, no matter how big or small it is, right? So the issue that many YouTubers are going to come into is that they can work, but if they don't have systems that make it look presentable or packaged or attractive, it doesn't really matter how much you work. And to relate it to music, one artist that pretty much all of us know by now that has shown this to really work is Currency. And Currency has really shown that you can really create however you want, do whatever, comes to mind, whatever experience you're going through. But as long as you have that system behind it, which would be, either your label, your brand, or, whatever culture it is you apply this to, it allows you to be consistent. And it allows you to be able to just deliver whatever it is your fans desire. And of course, my number one favorite is Tech Nine. But there are a lot of examples when it comes to the music industry. And it's not just hip hop. Like you can go to classical musicians, orchestras, symphonies, plays, singers, songwriters, entertainers that have developed these systems so that they can consistently deliver their art to their fans. Now, the only reason this is something that a lot of artists have contention with is because as artists, we tend to kind of gravitate towards our spontaneity, our ability to just pick up things and drop things and feel things and have these flighty emotions and stuff like that, right? But that's not good for business, okay? And so this is where you want to implement the perspective of something that has the very characteristics you're looking for, which are today consistency, how to be attractive based on data and statistics, not really how we feel, and understanding the options we have in front of us, okay? And so this is why we're going to be using AI. And AI is the reason that a lot of us are bringing the glue together for our artwork. Now, when it comes to things like creating AI art or things like pretty much like having AI bots speak for you or represent you, that's a completely different conversation because you're creating what would essentially, in my eyes, be a tool. Now, what we're doing here is we're using the tool. We're not creating a tool. So right now we're going to use AI to basically ask it questions, and we're going to show it the channel, and we're going to see what suggestions it come up with based on its own information to help us decide how we're going to improve our channel. Some of these things we'll use, some of these things we won't use, and some of these things won't be effective immediately. So they'll be like long-term things. And I only know this because there are just, principles that come to a YouTube channel that many YouTubers know, but we'll see what AI does. So the AI we're going to be using is Gemini. And so I started it off with a prompt just so we can get it going. And basically I asked, are you able to give me suggestions on improving my YouTube channel? And it goes in to say, of course, I can give you some suggestions on how to improve your YouTube channel. Growing a channel takes a lot of work and consistency, but focusing on a few key areas can make a huge difference. And so it goes into explain like the basics and the key points of a YouTube channel. And we can go over these for another video because these are actually really, really good. But today we're going to actually dive right in to actually the channel I have here. And so let's see if I can get the link really quickly to the channel. So basically all I'm going to do is just literally pull up my channel, grab this URL, paste it in the chat box here, send it here. And based on the context of the first prompt, the AI already understands the conversation. I don't have to say, hey, what do you want to do with this link? It's smart enough to do that, right? Now, I could get very, 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 very specific and make it do certain things, but I'm just going to go through the basics today. Okay. And so it says, thanks for sharing your channel. I've taken a look at it and you have some solid content and a foundation to build upon. Your channel is focused on gaming content. And then it explains one of the games. This is a very popular niche. Now, the reason it says gaming content is because when I first started this channel, there was a big portion of it that was of me just putting up anything, like, just my interest. It was like gaming, music, clips of me in college and stuff like that. So part of that is going to be how your channel is shaped and represented in the algorithm. Okay. And so based on what I see here are some specific suggestions to help you grow. So it says optimize your video titles and thumbnails. Be more specific with titles. Your titles are simple and to the point. And I don't understand where this one video is coming from, but I think it's actually just a suggestion of another video. So what we'll do is we'll grab the different link, because it's pulling up a different it's pulling up a different video because I don't have an EA FC sports content thing. So let's copy this again. We'll put the channel name is DameSmiff, and then we'll put the link. Because what I think it's doing, I think it's just searching the link, and then it's just grabbing like the nearest thing. Yeah, it's still doing it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look up this video. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what it's doing. It's basically just going to the main YouTube page. So what we'll do is we'll just type We will just type the YouTube name. We won't do the link because I think the link is just taking it to a random place. See, completely different thing. So the context was there, but the link was leading into the wrong spot. So now that we figured it out, we have a lot more helpful context. So here we go. Thanks for clarifying. I've taken a look at your channel and it's clear you're a musician who is dedicated to helping other musicians with their careers in fitness. This is a very specific and valuable niche. So that could be true. That may not be true. It could just be, just being polite. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. Here are some suggestions on how to improve your channel tailored to the content you've already been producing. So let's optimize the channel's identity. So right now your channel has a mix of music related discussions like this one, fitness videos like you'll see sprinkled throughout, and various other topics. To create a stronger brand and help the algorithm understand your content, you should create a cohesive brand. So we'll start there. Decide on a core identity. Is your channel primarily about music career advice, fitness for musicians, a blend of both? And pick a main theme and let that guide all of your content. This will help you attract and retain a specific dedicated audience. So one of the things I did on my YouTube channel is I went to the bio. I actually did this just before I started this live stream, and I updated the description. So for me, I have a 1-sentence description because I'd rather you just get right to the videos, and that's just a personal decision. So there's actually a section that's coming up about this, but my bio simply says, I'm a musician and created this channel to help other musicians with their finances, fitness, and careers. And that's literally it. That's all I got for you. And so let's see what it says about that section, and we'll see how to improve it. So about your section, or your about section, is a crucial but overlooked part of your channel. It's currently blank. So like I said, it's 1 sentence. So it says blank. Use it to tell your story. Explain your mission. Define what your channel is about. And this is also a great place to use keywords related to music, fitness, and career development to help with search visibility. So that's actually the biggest point that stands out to me, is that the description can be used for keyword searching. I'll take that into consideration and definitely update this bio. We'll keep reading and we'll go back and implement some of the changes. So that way we can, make sure they're in. Yeah, okay, we don't have a lot. So yeah, so we can make sure they actually are accurate and we understand what we're doing. So the next says, organize your content with playlists. So I have a bunch of playlists, but let's see what it says. You have a lot of videos, but they cover a wide range of topics. Organize them into clear playlists like fitness for musicians, music career advice, and late night at Dames. This helps viewers find the content they are most interested in and encourages them to watch more videos on your channel. So let me go back over here and let me just scroll around on my channel just a wee bit. Now I'm gonna bring it up for you to see in a second, but I just want to get through Gemini first before we actually start implementing the changes, and I'll have Gemini working in the background. So I have a lot of playlists on here, but the playlists aren't, I guess you could say, titled in a similar way where it's like, what did it say? Fitness for musicians, music career advice. It's not like that. It's more like just describing what I'm doing. So that's actually a good point too. So we'll implement both of these. We already picked our cohesive brand, which is fitness, finances for musicians. And then our about section is the next thing we're going to change. And then we're going to probably do the playlists offline because I promise you, it's a lot of videos. We don't have time for that, but we'll do that offline. And then you will actually see on the channel the difference in real time as you, experience your time on YouTube. So let's continue and see what else Gemini suggests. So it says 2, improve your video titles and thumbnails. Many of your video titles are straightforward, like I said, but they could be more engaging. Thumbnails, which are the first thing people see, also have a lot of potential for improvement. So it says that I can craft catchy titles, like making your titles more compelling. Instead of machine tricep, why am I talking like this? Machine tricep push down. That's a mouthful. Try how to build strong triceps for drummers and guitarists. That actually was really good. Damn, good job, Gemini. So it says that you can also use curiosity or emotion to get clicks, such as this is the number one reason why musicians fail. Yeah, that's a good one, because what do you think the number one reason is, you know? So the next thing it says that design better thumbnails. So I have Canva, and I have Canva Pro, Premium, Plus. They all got these different names. I pay for Canva, and I can use AI on Canva as well to create a lot of thumbnails. So for example, this overlay was created with Canva. The background back here was created with Canva. I basically inputted my own thoughts in the prompt, and the prompt spit out this. And the cool thing about this, I'll drop the Gemini. The cool thing about it is that it can just kind of fill up space as far as the window. And all I told it was that I wanted a large window with a cityscape and it's sunlight coming through the window. I described the room with the color, and the flowers you see are an addition that Canva already has. Very simple, right? So eventually this is going to grow, and this is going to become all original, where I don't have to use Canva and I'll just design an overlay. That's the end goal. But this is just to get you started, and it's just an idea, you know? So the very next thing it says, using your face with an emotional expression. I thought about doing this, but I'm not sure how I would approach it. I'll just try it one day and see how it works. It says a surprised, focused, or excited face can instantly grab a viewer's attention. And then the next thing it says is adding bold, simple text. Using a consistent font and color scheme to make your brand recognizable can make the text summarize the core idea of your video. So that's actually a great idea, because most people aren't going to click a video because of the cool picture. They're more than likely going to click the video because it's what their brain is telling them to look for. And if the video literally says that thing, like funny, fall videos, then they'll click the video more likely. Then the last thing it says is creating visual contrast. Use bright eye-catching colors that make your thumbnail pop. That's kind of obvious, right? So in number 2, it really just talks about video titles and thumbnails, crafting titles, as far as this one for how to build strong triceps for drummers and guitarists, instead of just explaining the actual exercise, which is machine tricep pushdown. That's actually really, really good. I'll definitely be implementing that going forward. And then the next one, obviously, with the thumbnails. Now, as far as thumbnails, I think what you should do is use a lot of these things, put your face into it, definitely be expressive and make it bright and catchy. But what you want to do is try to make them unique to you. Like, don't make it look like a damn high school project, like it's a PowerPoint. Like, actually think about like shapes and colors, and maybe add objects and some shots of the landscape and things like that. Maybe actually like set a scene for your thumbnail and like think about what it's going to look like. Put some thought into it. And so the last part it says is focus on a content strategy. And this is what I've really been hitting AI up for, is like figuring out how to upload it throughout the week, figuring out different systems for automating uploads and things like that. AI actually helped me design this live stream. I was able to figure out how to work the live stream software. I was able to figure out how to develop the overlay, understand how the overlay works, get this little lower third thing right here and all that stuff, as well as the transition you saw in the intro. Like, all that stuff was AI, and it just helped me enhance everything. You wouldn't have been able to get this. Now, here's the part that most artists fuck up. Okay, this is where y'all fuck up right here. Me talking makes this video cool. You see all this AI that you're experiencing right here, all this artificial intelligence? The only reason this even works is because the glue is right here. It's right here, me. So without you being the person that has the, I guess, value, you can put as much AI as you want into your YouTube channel and we will not watch it. We won't value it. We won't care. It'll be a cheeseburger in a world of cheeseburgers. We just won't care. Okay. And so the fact that I'm taking the time to explain this to you will be more valuable than you just watching a video that was crafted by AI. So be very intentional about your use of the tools you have in front of you. It'd be like if I gave you a trumpet and all you did was just blast freaking air through the trumpet, right? No beautiful notes, no dynamics, no buzzing or anything, right? We wouldn't like it. So that's the key thing you want to focus on here. So part of that is me using AI to figure out content strategy. So let's see what it suggests here. So it says that I should create, hold on one second, let me open the right window. It says I should create a recurring series. So musician talks, we're here with y'all. And A Day with Dame is actually another series I like. It says these series are a great start. Build on these by creating a clear, scheduled series that your audience can look forward to. For example, weekly musician Q&A where you answer questions from your followers. I would do that. I would need more interaction from the stream. I would definitely do that. Answer you some of your guys' questions. We can even tap in with AI together. But for the most part, these are really, really good ideas. I think with musician talks and A Day with Dame, those would probably be the more consistent options. So suggesting these things were a good option for me. I'll definitely try that. And then leverage YouTube shorts. You're already posting shorts, which is excellent, but continue using them to share short, impactful tips. You can make 30-second videos with a single exercise for musicians or one key piece of advice. This is one of the best ways to get new subscribers. Now, I have been posting shorts and it's been kind of more like I guess you can say like an advertising kind of thing, just kind of like show clips of me doing stuff or clips of different videos and things like that. But I have noticed that the views are higher on shorts, but they don't translate into subscribers sticking for the long-term content. So keep that in mind when you start doing shorts. It'll feel good. It'll feel like Instagram likes, but if you want people to interact with you in the comments or come to your live stream or actually like follow you and commit to like clicking on whatever you're trying to offer them, be it a song or maybe concert tickets, just be mindful of why people subscribe to your page versus who or how many people subscribe to your page. And so the last thing it says is engage your audience. This is kind of what I was getting at just now. Respond to as many comments as you can. This builds a community and shows that you value your audience's input. You could also end your videos by asking a specific question to encourage discussion. For example, what is your biggest struggle as a musician right now? And let me know in the comments. I'll literally ask that. That'll be the question. And it says you have a very unique and valuable perspective. By focusing on these 3 areas, you can turn your channel into a go-to resource for musicians and build a strong, loyal community. So that's what Gemini has told me, and we're going to implement a few of these things, and we're going to start by going back to the top and seeing what it suggested in number 1, channel's identity. And so if you have any questions about any of this, you can definitely put this in the chat because this is a live stream for those of you who are watching it back. But a lot of this is going to be usage for many people. Like we're going to be able to expound upon this for all kinds of genres and things like that. There's probably companies that are dedicated with like professionals who got degrees in this that are explaining it to their companies right now. If you work at a job, your job is probably explaining how to use AI for work. So it's good to get this start, right? So the about section. So my about section actually has 1 sentence. So I actually want to pop this up for you. Let me go ahead and bring this window up for you. And I got to do a little bit of adjusting for the window. I think we're good here. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of editing on the window screen here. And then we're going to pop it up. Okay, I think we're good. So now we will get rid of Gemini. And so, like I said, we're going to basically take my bio. I'm going to copy it. Oh, let me bring it up so you can see. So this is my bio. I'm a musician and created this channel to help other musicians with their finances, fitness, and careers. So we're going to copy this. We're going to take this over to Gemini, and we're going to tell Gemini, can you make this into a, let's say, epic bio for new subscribers and add a call to action for returning subscribers. Now we can add as much detail as we want. My mind is going all over the place, but for the sake of us being efficient, I'm gonna just stop here and then we'll just take a baby step forward and we'll paste it. I'm gonna put quotations just in case the computer system or the AI wants to be nitpicky. And the quotations will basically tell it, this is the thing I want you to focus on. Actually, we'll take this period off of my prompt and put a semicolon. So the prompt reads, can you make this into an epic bio for new subscribers, plural, and add a call to action for returning subscribers, and then semicolon, quotation, I'm a musician and created this channel to help other musicians with their finances, fitness, and careers. So I'm gonna just let it do what it do, and if I like it, we'll take it as is. If I don't, we'll make changes. Just a second, it's thinking, it's spitting out everything, and it came out with what looks like a paragraph and a half. So epic bio for new subscribers. So we obviously won't add that because that's kind of like redundant. So it says, welcome to the ultimate guide for modern musicians. My name is DameSmiff, and I created this channel to equip you with the skills you need to succeed both on and off the stage. Tired of starving artist stereotype? I'm here to help you change that. This is where we master the art of building a career, not just playing a gig. From demystifying your finances to fine-tuning your fitness and navigating the business side of a music career, I'll show you how to take control of your future. Join a community of artists dedicated to thriving in the music world. And then the call to action for returning subscribers is, I'm working on new content just for you. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video, and always share your thoughts in the comments below. I could literally just take this as is. This is a cheeseburger. This is perfect, okay? Now, I want to see what kind of style I can add to this, kind of flavor. Like, it's missing some seasoning to this. Like, this works. This probably would work for most people, most languages, most markets. Now, I want to see how we can make this a little better. So, my mind is thinking that out of all of this, this covers everything. But let's ask for, can you make this target newer musicians that are looking for a start in their careers? Now, it sounds like that's redundant, right? But let's see what it does. Absolutely. Here's a bio and call to action tailored to new and aspiring musicians who are just starting out. Welcome to the channel that cuts through the noise and shows you how to turn your passion into a profession. My name is DameSmiff, and I created this channel for every musician who's ever felt lost at the start of their journey. Tired of struggling to make it? I'll show you how to build the foundation for a sustainable career. We'll dive into the essentials they don't teach you in music school, from mastering your finances and building a healthy fitness routine to the no-nonsense steps for a successful music career. This is your roadmap to getting started. Hit that subscribe button and join the community of musicians who are taking control of their future. And then we have the call to action for returning subscribers. I'm working on new content just for you. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video. And as you're building your career, let me know in the comments, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? This is a million times better to me. I don't know how you feel about this one compared to the first one, but this one hits a little bit more home for me, and I'll kind of break down why. So for me, let me open the right tab. For me, the beginning is perfect. It's pretty much a kind of a similar version of the first one. I created this channel for a musician who's ever felt lost at the start of the journey. Felt lost just seems like it hits a little harder to me, because I kind of can relate to felt lost versus to equip you with the skills needed to succeed both on and off the stage. You know, like it just feels a little better where like you're in a certain space and you need help. That feels a lot better to me. So then it says tired of struggling to make it. And the difference there, it says tired of the starving artist stereotype. So the difference here is that this makes me believe in the first option, tired of the starving artist stereotype, is that this person is probably already understanding their situation, and this person is being, I guess you can say, misidentified. Like they feel like their identity is not represented properly. But in the second option, tired of struggling to make it, this person has a literal problem. Like you not identifying yourself, I can't really help you with that. But if you're struggling to make it, there are things we can do for you, right? So that makes a lot more sense to me. It's a little more direct. Then it says, I'll show you how to build the foundation for a sustainable career. Boom. Simple, straight to the point. I'm here to help you change that. You see how it's not straight to the point, right? And so this is why you want to be able to add your human touch to AI. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, AI is just going to take over the world. Well, it wouldn't have did the right thing if I just copied the first thing and put it on the paper. It wouldn't have made the right impact for what I'm looking for, okay? And so it continues to say that we'll dive into the essentials. So we'll dive into the essentials that they don't teach you in music school. From mastering your finances and building a healthy fitness routine to the no nonsense steps for a successful music career. So then the next part, it says from demystifying your finances. That's not even a real thing. We don't know what that means. To fine tuning your fitness. If you don't even have a fitness routine, as most musicians don't, we're not fine tuning anything. And navigating the business side of a music career. That's just very vague. It doesn't really mean anything, okay? And then it says, I'll show you how to take control of your future. Again, just vague. It doesn't mean anything. So lastly, it says, this is your roadmap to getting started. Hit that subscribe button and join the community of musicians who are taking control of their future. And then the last part on the first version, it says, join a community of artists dedicated to thriving in the music world. I would accept either one of those. The second one is it's a little more to read, so it's a little more emotional. You're a little more attached to it, but I'll take both. And then the call to action for hitting the notification bell, I think they're pretty much the same. The cooler version of this is the second one because it has a second part of the call to action that says you hit the notification bell, but it says, and as you're building your career, meaning we're kind of suggesting you do these things, like kind of what I'm doing, right? Let me know in the comments what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now. So now I'll get to kind of not only get people engaging in the channel, but I'll also get content ideas. I'll also get people to actually help, and I'll have problems to solve. So I'm creating value in all kinds of ways just by offering this as an option for them to leave a comment. So we're going to take this. I'm going to take all of this. Thank you, Gemini. And if I were you, how can I do this? There's a way I can do this. No? Okay. Never mind. Don't worry about it. So let's go ahead and drop this down, and then we'll bring back up our channel. So that's the stream. We don't need the stream up. Okay. So we're back at our bio. So we're going to copy all of this or highlight all of this, paste it, boom. And now we have our brand new bio. So we could have spent all the time trying to think of this on our own. I only took as long as I did because I'm explaining it to you, but this took nothing. This took no time at all. Now we can run this by our marketing buddies and our friends and things like that. We can run it through a grammar checker and all that stuff, but we pretty much got what we need. So let's just read through one more time and just see what we got. So welcome to the channel that cuts through the noise and shows you how to turn your passion into a profession. My name is DameSmiff. DameSmiff is actually all one word here on this brand. And I created this channel for every musician who's ever felt lost at the start of their journey. Tired of struggling to make it? I'll show you how to build the foundation for a sustainable career. We'll dive into the essentials they don't teach you in music school. From mastering your finances and building a healthy fitness routine to the no-nonsense steps for a successful music career. This is your roadmap to getting started. Hit that subscribe button and join the community of musicians who are taking control. So what are we missing, y'all? we are missing our call to action. So without switching screens, I'm just actually going to copy this and just paste it here for you. Boom. So as you can see, I'm working on new content just for you. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video. And as you're building your career, let me know in the comments, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? So I want you guys to engage in that if you're watching this, but I should start to see more engagement coming from that alone, okay? So we'll go ahead and hit publish, and then that's updated, and then we'll go to the channel, hit refresh, and then here we are. This is our new bio right here. So whenever somebody clicks this or it comes up or anything like that, this is what they'll have to read. And as you can see, it generally just looks a lot better. It looks more professional. It's a good look. So that's what we got. Easy money. We're improving our channel in real freaking time, y'all. So let's go back to Gemini, and back at the top, what did we have here? Yes. Okay. So we did the about section. This step is done. Organizing playlists. Like I said, I'm gonna do this offline because that's gonna take a lot of time, because I have to, the reason that's gonna take a lot of time for you guys who are new at YouTube is that I have to go to each playlist, and each playlist has its own metadata. I have to put its name, description, all the titles of the videos have to, well, not the titles, but all the videos have to be either in an order or have to be the correct videos for the playlist. So it just takes time. It's a tedious task, but it does, as it suggests, make your channel a lot more cohesive. And then catchy titles and thumbnails, we'll do those offline, and you'll see those change over time as well. And then having recurring series, this is what one of them, Musician Talks, and then I have a day with Dame. I'll be making more shorts as well, but I'm not sure how I want shorts to work, because again, I want you guys to be engaged in the long form content. So now that we've pretty much gone through all the steps we can do immediately, which is updating this bio real quick, anything that's as far as like imagery or like organizing videos will be done in the YouTube studio, which can be very tedious, and we again just don't have time to sit here and just click a bunch of things for you. The last thing I'll try to do here is we will come up with a, I guess you could say, some kind of cool outro script to end videos, and we'll have Gemini create one, and maybe we can create one on the spot right here. So let's see what we can do. So can you create an outro or exit script for each video? Make it short, epic, and let's say, no, we won't add a call to action. Yeah, we'll add a call to action. Why not? Because the more options you have, or more opportunities you have for people to do something, the more things you have to do. Okay, it's thinking, it's spitting things out. So let's see what it says. Absolutely. And it gave me options. That's the cool part too. So let me get the right tabs open. Okay, it says absolutely. A strong outro is a great way to reinforce your brand and get viewers to take action. Here are a few options, from more straightforward to epic, and all with clear call to action. So we have 3, and it even explains the elements so we can kind of maybe adjust the prompt if we need to. So the first option is short and direct. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more content on building your music career. And hey, let's keep the conversation going. Let me know what you'd like for me to cover in the comments below. Let me know what you'd like for me to cover next in the comments below. So that one's short and direct, and just like I said in the beginning, the first option is kind of like a cheeseburger. It's sanitized. So this one is a little more energetic and encouraging. This is option 2. Thanks for watching. I hope this video gave you a new perspective on building your music career. If you're ready to take the next step, subscribe and join the community. Your journey starts now. I'll see you in the next one. So yeah, that does feel a little more encouraging, and it does kind of suggest that there's, you know, more to see, more to come, more people and things like that. And also it's encouraging for the artist to be intentional and have a little bit of urgency. So that I think that's a little better than the first one. And then the last one, epic and motivational. This isn't just about making music. It's about making a legacy. If you're serious about taking control of your future, hit that subscribe button and become part of the movement. Your success is within reach. Now go out there and make it happen. So that one's cool. I think for me personally, I don't like the whole like go out there and make it happen part. I'd rather have things feel a little more tangible. So if I can get a mix of epic and emotional, or option one or option two and three, I think would be great. But before we make the changes to the prompt, let's go over the key elements because maybe this will help with the prompt. So it says the key elements of a great outro: be brief, get to the point quickly. Viewers are often ready to move on, so a long intro can cause them to click away before the call to action. Acknowledge the viewer. Thank them for watching. This makes them feel appreciated. Recap your value. Briefly remind them of what they just learned or the value they just received. And then lastly, have a clear call to action. Tell them what to do next. Subscribe, like, comment. And these are the most common. Make sure your on-screen graphics support this with a visual cue. So that's one thing I don't have. I don't have a visual cue for saying these words. I'm not sure how much that actually helps with the call to action part, but maybe it adds a little bit more that, would make a difference. So it says choose an option that best fits your personality and the tone of videos. You can also mix and match elements to create your own unique outro. That's exactly what we're going to do right now. So we're going to mix. Can you mix options 2 and 3 into an epic script? Of course, here is a new script that blends the energy of option 2 with the epic motivational tone of option 3, creating a powerful call to action. This isn't just about music. It's about building a legacy. If you're ready to take control of your future, subscribe and join a community that's changing the game. Your journey starts now. I'll see you in the next one. That actually is pretty good. Let's try 2 more of the same and just see what we get. No problem. Here were 2 more epic outro scripts that blend motivation and a clear call to action, each with a slightly different feel. So the join the movement outro. Don't just watch from the sidelines. It's time to build your own legacy. If you're ready to stop dreaming and start doing, hit that subscribe button and become part of the movement. Your future is waiting. Let's get to work. So that's option 1. Option 2, the final note. Every journey begins with a single step. Consider this video your first note. If you're serious about mastering your career, not just your craft, subscribe and join our community. Your next chapter begins now. I'll see you on the next stage. So the 2 things that I've noticed about both of these, they're a little wordy. They're kind of like a lot to say. They're not very quick, and they're also kind of like magical. Like they seem kind of, they speak more to your emotions than your logical side. Both of these options are designed to be short and impactful, but they use strong aspirational language to inspire new and aspiring musicians, while also giving them clear and simple action to take. Okay, let's see. So can you make this, let's say, more professional? And then this will probably be the final part, you think. So to make these sound professional, more professional, you should focus on a few key areas: clarity, conciseness, and tone. This means using straightforward language, avoiding contractions, and structuring your sentences in a more formal way. Here are the previously provided scripts written to be more professional. So, and then it even explains how they're more success or more professional. So it says, join the movement. This was the first one. Do not simply observe from the sidelines. It is time to build your own legacy. If you are prepared to stop dreaming and start acting, subscribe and join the movement. Your future is waiting. Let us begin. I like this one. I think the only thing I would take out is if you are prepared to stop dreaming and start acting. I would just take that out. Let's go to number 2. Every journey begins with a single step. Consider this video your initial note. If you are serious about mastering your career, not just your craft, subscribe and join our community. Your next chapter commences now. I will see you on the next stage. So with this one, I would just take this part out. Your next chapter commences now. But these are pretty good. They're still a bit wordy, and it starts to explain a bit of the key points here. And it says that it uses formal language, direct phrasing, and elevated vocabulary. A lot of those things help, but you'll see things get kind of clunky when you have words like observe. Like if you're saying the word observe in casual language, it's kind of clunky today. There's another word in the second one, commences. Yeah, if you say commences in your YouTube video, it's a little clunky. But all in all, I think these will be pretty helpful for a lot of you. These intros, I'm gonna play with them. I'm gonna see what kind of I come up with, and maybe I'll land on something different. Maybe it'll be natural. But these are a lot of the ways that you can use AI to help improve your channel. So you saw me do it in real time where I improve my bio, and that's gonna be a big difference as far as like how you view the channel. And a lot of you who are subscribers, you're gonna see things shift and change, and it's going to come from the suggestions we got today, and we'll revisit this so we can kind of see, you know, how much has changed from where we are today. So if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments, and I would love to make more videos like this. But I will see you guys